Greetings, beloved light warriors. It's Saratoga, and this is your weekly focus card reading for the week beginning March 15th through March 21st, 2021. If you're new to my channel, this is something I do every Sunday so that we can reset our focus and our energy for the coming week ahead. And then I do my on-camera videos on Tuesdays and Fridays. Okay, let's get into this coming week. I also want to mention that on Saturday, March the 20th, we also have the equinox, the spring equinox in the northern hemisphere and the fall equinox in the southern hemisphere. Okay, so let's take a look at this card. It's a little bit faded by design, so hopefully you guys can see it well enough. The card says, dance, do something to shift your vibration. This is a wonderful card. I really love this card. Okay, so there's a lot we can take from this card. So let us start with these two dancers are standing on what looks like shifting sands, right? And that sort of represents to me the experience of ascension, of our world, of everything going on. It's like we are constantly on these shifting sands. So I think to me, this card is not only about raising your vibration or shifting your vibration, which I would assume is to a higher vibration, but it's also about a lot about balance, and it's about movement. Because that's what dance is, right? Dance is all about movement and balance, and it's also about being in your body, not having your consciousness somewhere else out in the ethers and your body's just sitting there like some kind of a who knows what, okay? This is about being fully present in your physical body, which I think is a very powerful and much needed message. So, I see this beautiful archway in the background. The first thing that comes to mind for me is really a gateway to ascension, that we need to stay in balance. We need to stay centered. We need to stay physically present and also able to move in order to pass through that gateway, that portal, into the higher realms of experience that we are all intending to move into and to evolve into. So let's see if we can take these things one at a time. Actually, I'm really not inclined to focus a whole lot on shifting your vibrations. So let's see if this comes around back to that in a moment. So I think one of the most important parts of this card is the shifting sands that these dancers are moving on. That shifting energy, that shift, all of the changes, I mean, you guys can probably feel it. I mean, the energy on this planet changes constantly. And that's why I think it's very, very important to be attuned and aware to reading the energy. And you know, something else just struck me about this card. Let me bring it up. It has to do with the full moon in the background. A full moon is generally about clearing. We need to clear stuff out of our minds and out of our consciousness. Because coming back to the dancers, if you're carrying weight in different parts of your embodiment, and I don't mean physical weight, I mean the weight of ideas, beliefs, perspectives, old stuff that you're hauling around, that you're carrying around, you can't keep your balance very easily, because those things are going to throw you off balance. So I think that powerful full moon in the background is also sending a message to clear your energy of anything that you do not need in order to be able to feel harmony come back into your being, in order to be able to feel yourself in balance, in order to be able to raise your vibration. Because a lot of times what happens is we end up with so much stuff that we carry around, and not only carry around, but also hold in our minds, like a lot of confusion, a lot of, I don't know what's happening. You guys know what I mean. You all have to be able to discern a lot of these kinds of things for yourself. because we need to be empowered beings, that we can read our own energy, we can read the state of our consciousness, we can read our bodies, and we can tell what is going on for each one of us individually at any given moment. That's a skill, that's an ability that we need to further develop probably as quickly as possible. Okay, so so think about what you need to clear this week. And really, honestly, from this card, I just keep getting these multiple different messages, like multiple layers. Like there are a lot of different things that we need to take into account here. And I think it's coming to me that way because things are moving so incredibly fast. Okay, so I might seem like I'm jumping around a little bit, but it's really because these different messages are coming very quickly, which is a match to what's happening on the planet. We have to be very quick, we have to be responsive, we have to be awake, we have to be aware, and I think the key word is responsive. We need to be able to respond to those shifting sands and keep our balance. The other thing that's interesting is there are two dancers here. They're not quite mirroring each other, but a little bit. They look very similar. They have similar clothing on. I think it's kind of cool the week of the equinox that we have two dancers that are facing opposite directions, kind of like, you know, on Saturday we are going to have equal hours of darkness and equal hours of light. So it's very much about balance in that way. So it's kind of neat that this card has that symbol that really could be symbolic of that equinox that we are about to experience. Also, I want you guys to pay attention to the flowing clothing that these dancers are wearing, because we need to be in a state of flow. I'm trying to think of if there's a simple way to put all of this together. Let me try just step by step to see if I can put this in a more coherent form for you guys. So, shifting sands, shifting energy, shifting experiences, things are constantly changing. Things are very unpredictable. So we need to be able to navigate that experience in a way where we don't lose our balance. We need to be able to move and to flow and to respond. Dance is very much about responsiveness. Your body has to be able to respond to the physics of your movement every single millisecond, okay? So no matter how your body is moving in dance, it's going to discover a way to find its balance. That's the brilliance of your physical body. Your conscious mind cannot even come close to figure. Can you imagine if your conscious mind had to figure that out? Can you imagine if you were just dancing loosely, no particular way, and every time you move, your body has to take into account balance, 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 balance. Harmony between all of the different body parts so you don't fall over, right? So you stay upright, so you stay in that flow, in that movement. So that's what we need to do with our consciousness. We need to be that responsive. We need to up our game, so to speak. This is why we can't afford to have a whole bunch of junk in our heads that we're constantly trying to process. When you are physically present in your body, when you are 100% present, you are empowered. You have power. So you don't want to be so thinking about how can I get out of my body? How can I go into another dimension somewhere? There's no power in that, you guys. There's no power in sending your consciousness into another dimension. It might be a nice journey, but it's not going to empower your ascension. What empowers your ascension is to be 100% present, 100% awake, conscious and clear in your physical body. That's why you're here. That's why you're on this planet. You're on this planet to be fully present here. And then once you're fully present, you are then activated as a divine intelligence that has capacities and abilities that you never even dreamed of. And this physical body that you're in is the most incredible thing for you to explore. You don't need to be thinking, oh, planet Earth, who wants to be here? Let me just go off in another dimension. Guys, that's just not going to get you very far. Honestly, it's really not. We have to be a lot more intelligent than that. We have to be a lot more empowered, wise, brilliant. What do you think? Think about the word brilliant, right? Light. Brilliant means full of light. It means intelligence. Your light activates powers and abilities that are so refined, that are so perfect, your conscious mind can't even grasp it. So I would say for this week, and you can take any of these readings as long as you want. They don't have to be for the week in which I'm posting them. Okay, so they're good anytime. So you can expand on these for as long as you want. Basically, I would say that you want to think about, well, let's start this way. If you can focus on assessing your energy at all times. Now, I know you're not going to do that consciously, but you want to do that periodically every day, and as you go through your days, and as you go through the week, and as you go through your life. That's what self-awareness is about. It's very important to remain self-aware and to be in a place where you can consciously assess, where is my energy? What is my vibration? What is the planet's vibration? What is the vibration of the environment that I'm in? And then just like a dancer who's moving and flowing and shifting, you respond to the energy at all times, and you find ways to keep your balance and to lift your energy and to stay in that high vibrational state as much as possible, no matter what those shifting sands are doing. It's a skill, you guys, and it's fun. It's very positive. It's very exciting. It's enlightening. Liken your life to a dance with the energy of the situation. And you know what else is so cool about this idea? It takes you out of that whole mentality of, oh man, things are so bad on this planet. Oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? Oh no. It takes you out of that. It gives you, a lot of people say, well, we're here because we want a challenge. Well, what kind of challenge do you want, right? I personally would prefer a creative challenge as opposed to one that involves a lot of suffering and despair. I don't consider that much of a challenge, okay? Or let me put it this way. That's not a challenge I really would want. No, I would like a creative challenge. I want a challenge that challenges me to evolve. That's like, oh, this is so cool, I can just feel how things are shifting and moving, and I can be like that dancer that responds. Have you guys ever seen ballroom dancing or tried ballroom dancing with a partner? You have to be so responsive to each other, okay? So much, it's like you're in constant communication with that partner, like at all times. It's an energetic connection. You don't talk to each other, okay? There's no speaking, but yet you can see those two people moving as one, right? And you're like, how do they do that? And it's not even necessarily choreographed. It doesn't have to be choreographed. It should probably, well, I guess if you're competing, it would be choreographed, but no. Let's just say you're just doing it for the sheer joy of it. It's not choreographed. And it's just like, it's so beautiful to learn that skill and learn that responsiveness. And you can think of your life that way in this weird situation that we're all in on this planet. You can think of it as like, I want to learn to be responsive, just like a dancer responds to the environment, just like a dancer responds in movement. Gosh, I hope I'm getting my point across. I know what I'm trying to say. It's so hard to put into words, but I hope you guys are getting a feel for this. So, like, for example, let's say you were going to dance and you were carrying this, you've been carrying around in your purse or a backpack, or maybe, you know, who knows, maybe you got a box of junk you're carrying around under your arm, and you're going to say, well, I can't dance with this stuff, you know, this is just too heavy and cumbersome. So what, the first thing you're going to do is put it down, right? That's what the clearing is about. Then you're free. Then you're free to move, to respond, to shift, to change, to maintain your balance. Now, I want to complete this by coming all the way back to this sentence under the word dance, which is to do something to shift your vibration. The higher your vibration, the more easily you're going to be able to move, and the more responsive you're going to be. So you don't necessarily need to think of, oh, I got to keep my vibration high, as though that's kind of like a stagnant thing, like I'm just sitting in a chair and I'm going to have a high vibration. Let's take it to another level where that high vibration is your energy, is your vibration is getting higher and your frequency is higher, and you are therefore buoyed by that experience, and you're much more responsive, you're much more conscious, you're much more able to move and respond. And I know I keep saying, excuse me, I know I keep saying the word respond and responsiveness, because that is the strongest message I'm getting from this card. It's not written on the card, but that is the absolute strongest message that is coming to me loud and clear. We need to be able to be responsive to those shifting sands under our feet. We need to be able to move with grace, with ease, with beauty, with flow. We need to clear out whatever might be holding us down or weighing us down. We need to clear out whatever might be confusing our minds, because we've taken on way, way, way too much information that we can't even process. Okay, we need to come back into our natural state of being human, stay in balance, stay centered, stay in harmony with your natural state of being, so that you will be able to gracefully flow and move through that gateway, and multiple gateways, not just one, but many. Think of it all like a dance, you guys. Think of it all like a beautiful dance of grace, of beauty, of ease, of harmony, and of nature. Because what is the most graceful thing in the whole world? Nature, right? Nature is full of grace at all times. Okay, so I hope that made sense to you guys. I know it seemed like a lot of pieces, but I think if you just look at the image on this card, you can sort of tune into the feel of the card. The message from this card is so much about a feeling. It's about a sense of something. It's not just about words. Okay, and that's how we want to approach our life and our situation on this planet. So I think that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed that, and I do hope you have a wonderful week ahead, a week of feeling very much in balance, very much at peace, and filled with clarity, confidence, and serenity. Okay, so I'm sending you guys so much love. I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Namaste.